If you ever travel with camera gear, especially by plane, you may have heard this claim before. Flying exposes your camera to cosmic radiation, and that radiation can damage your sensor. My name is Timothy Reese, and I've worked in the television, film, and photography world as a director of photography and a photographer for nearly 20 years. Check out my videos as we cover not only the how, but also the why of various technical and creative techniques used in the creation of real images. Cosmic radiation sounds alarming, particularly if you fly often or rely on expensive equipment. So today I want to clearly break down this claim. Is it true that flying exposes cameras to more radiation? Can it actually affect your images or your sensor? And is there anything practical you need to do about it? Cosmic radiation is made up of high energy particles that originate from space, including particles from the sun and from distant stars and galaxies. Here on the ground, the Earth's atmosphere acts as a natural shield that absorbs and deflects most of this radiation before it reaches us. When you fly at cruising altitude, you are above a significant portion of that atmospheric protection, which means you are exposed to higher levels of cosmic radiation than you would be at sea level. Now let's talk about what that means for cameras. Digital camera sensors are made from semiconductor materials that convert incoming light into electronic signals. When a high-energy particle passes through a camera sensor, the sensor can misinterpret that energy as visible light energy, even though no light was actually present. If this occurs when you are recording, it might manifest itself as a few pixels of glowing white, a frame of streaks or tracks, even a frame with a wiggling worm-like line. Now, these events are commonly referred to as cosmic ray hits, and they are frequently observed in long exposure photography, especially in astrophotography. Here's the key point though. In almost all cases, these effects are temporary. The particle passes through, the camera records it, and the next frame looks completely normal. The majority of cosmic ray interactions with camera sensors do not cause permanent damage and only affect a recorded single frame. If you notice a stuck or hot pixel, most modern cameras include a pixel remapping or sensor refresh feature that can correct it. Permanent radiation damage is mainly a concern for equipment that operates outside the Earth's atmosphere for long periods of time. Space-based cameras and satellites experience much higher radiation exposure over years and are prone to more permanent damage such as dead pixels, which is why they are designed with specialized shielding and redundancy. For commercial air travel, the amount of radiation your camera experiences is very small. A single long-haul flight exposes electronics, and you, to roughly the same order of magnitude of radiation as a few additional days of natural background exposure on the ground. In practical terms, you would need an extremely high number of flights before radiation exposure became a meaningful factor in sensor degradation. For most photographers and videographers, flying poses no realistic threat to your camera's sensor's lifespan. That said, there are a few simple habits that can minimize even these minor effects. Turning off your camera during transit ensures the sensor is not actively recording when a particle passes through. Avoiding long exposures while flying reduces the chance of seeing these artifacts in images shot from the air. And there is no need for special radiation shielding. Your camera bag already provides more than enough protection for real-world travel. The biggest threats to your camera are still the familiar ones: drops, moisture, heat, and improper packing. While traveling, always plan to carry on the most fragile and important parts of your kit. Remember, that also includes any lithium batteries, as those are banned from being in checked baggage in the US. So while cosmic radiation during flight is a real phenomenon, its impact on camera gear during normal air travel is minimal. Understanding what actually matters helps you focus less on unlikely risks and more on being prepared with the gear you need to capture the images you care about. If you like these videos, please subscribe and leave a comment about future videos you'd like me to cover. Your feedback helps me to continue to create helpful and educational content. Thanks for watching.